Greetings everyone, we will continue our discussion on information retrieval systems. In the previous session, we have started about the battery representation. In this session, we will be looking about what are the algorithms which can be applied upon those batteries. In the last session, we have given the list of the batteries, algorithms which can be implemented on your batteries. That is, I have told you, these are the set of algorithms which can be implemented on your batteries. That is, we will be having the prefix searching, proximity searching, range searching, and longest repetition sequence searching, most significant or most frequent item searching, and also regular expression searching. We will be looking about what is these searching techniques and how they can be implemented by using your batteries. The first type of algorithm which you can implement on your batteries is your prefix searching. So notice that you have to remember what is a battery. I think I told you in the last session itself, you will be having a set of nodes. You will be having set of internal nodes and external nodes. The internal nodes will be represented for branching your particular thing, and the external nodes represent the string of your particular text. Okay, each and every node will be having a significance, and so your nodes will be used for branching. That is, all the internal nodes will be used for the branching, and the external nodes will be representing the string which you are trying to search. So the notice, every subtree of your battery has all the strings with a given prefix by construction. So while constructing itself, okay, you can see that each and every subtree will contain all the prefixes regarding the particular string. Okay, so if I am trying to search for a particular word, that is, if this is string 1, okay, the string 1 starts from this position to this position. This is the complete text you are having in your database. And if your string 1 is starting from this position to this position, and if you take the string 2, okay, the string 2, and if you are taking some values, let's take this as 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, like this. If you are having the particular string, okay, this can be represented by 0, 0, 0, this is 1, this is 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. If I am trying to search for prefixes of the particular thing, like all the prefixes of 0, okay, all prefixes of 0, 1, okay, so you can search much easily in your batteries. Why? Because every subtree of your battery will be a string with a given prefix. So if you are taking this subtree, this particular subtree will contain all the strings which are starting with 0, 1, okay, which are starting with 0, okay, which are starting with 1. If you take an example clearly, then you can understand. So let's take this will represent 0, this will represent 1. So this string will represent 0, 0, this string will represent 0, 1, this string represents 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, so this subtree, whatever you are having, if this is a node, this is the subtree. This subtree represents all the strings with subscript 1, okay, with the prefix 1. This subtree will represent all the strings with the prefix 0. Okay, at each and every node, if you are having a larger tree, okay, at each and every node you can find the subtree represent the prefixes, all the possible prefixes for that particular subtree. Okay, as you can see, this node represent all the possible statements or all the possible strings, all the possible strings which are starting with 1. So the prefix can be 1 there, and all the possible strings which start with 1 will be present in this subtree. So prefix searching will be much easier when you go for your batteries. Instead of searching each and everything in your tree, you can search for that subtree where you can get the complete system. Okay, you can get the complete prefix searches. So when you go for prefix searching in a path tree, consists of searching the prefix in the tree up to the point where we exhaust the prefix or to the point where we reach an external node. Okay, how you are going to search for your prefix tree, that is how you are going to search for prefix searching in your path trees. So if you take the example, we are having an example here right itself, that is you can take any example. I will take lot marine nodes. Okay. If I am trying to search for a prefix 100, okay, if I am trying to search for a prefix 100, what I will do, I have to search for this particular prefix, or you can take a more larger prefix like this 1010101. Okay, first I will try to search whether that particular prefix is present in the path tree or not, or all those strings which start with 100, that is the prefix which you are trying to search. So if I try to search here, what I have to do, I have to take individual elements of the king. So 1 means I have to go to this position, 0 means I have to go to this position. Okay, 1 0 0. Okay, so now my string has exhausted here. Sorry, my search string has exhausted here. So this subtree will signify all the prefix. This particular subtree will signify all the strings with having prefixes 100. This particular subtree will represent a suffix of 100. So while you are performing prefix searching in a path tree, okay, the prefix in the subtree up to the point you have to search up till a point where you exhaust the prefix, okay, or up till the point you reach one external node. Okay, so when you try to search and you have exhausted your particular prefix here, you can say that all this subtree represent the particular prefix. If you have ended up somewhere in one of the external nodes, you can say that only this particular prefix is present in your this subtree. Otherwise, you don't have the complete prefix in this particular subtree. If I try to search for 10001, I will going to end in this particular external node. Then I can say that this particular prefix is not present in this path. So while you are searching for prefix trees, okay, you will be having prefixes like this. I have to search for 100 or I have to search for 10001. Okay, so when you try to search for that particular prefix, you either exhaust that particular prefix. You are going to get exhausted. That is, the number of characters that are present in your prefix will be exhausted in one of the internal nodes. When I exhaust the particular thing, all that particular subtree represent the prefix search. That is, all this subtree represent the strings which contain this particular prefix. And if I exhaust at the external node, I can say that only this string represent that particular prefix, or you don't have that prefix in this string, in this complete pattern. So this is how you will be performing prefix searching. So prefix searching in your path trees will be very much easier if you see properly. So it is about searching the nodes one by one based upon the prefix which you are trying to search. Okay. So if you see, you are trying to search 10100. Okay. So you will start with particular position at the root node. When you go for 1, you will be going to the right hand side. Then 0 left hand side, 1 right hand side, 0 left hand side, 0 left hand side. Okay, so you are going to end at one of the internal nodes, and the complete subtree will be your answer. That is, all these strings, whatever you are having in this subtree, all the strings which are having in the subtree will be those strings with the prefix 10100. Okay, this is how you can perform your prefix searching in your path trees. The second type, okay, if this comparison is successful, then all the strings in the subtree are the answer. Otherwise, there are no strings is the answer. As I told you, if there is successful, that is, you have ended up at one of the internal nodes, all those substrings, okay, all those subtree strings will be calling it as the substrings for your which share the common prefix or the answer. Otherwise, there will be no strings in the particular complete pattern with the particular prefix. Okay, this is about your prefix searching. The second type of searching is, as I already told you, this one. Okay, you are going to end at either your prefix is exhausted when you reach one of the external nodes, or you can end at one of the internal nodes where you will be telling the subtree as your answer. Okay. The second type of searching is your proximity searching. So what is proximity searching? We can define proximity search as finding all the places where string S1 is at most a fixed number of characters away from another string S2. Okay, what you are trying to do is you are having two strings S1 and S2. Okay, S1 will be one type of string, S2 will be another string. Okay, so where S1 is at most a fixed number of characters away from another string. So how many different characters we have between S1 and S2? That is, you are having 1, 2. So if you are trying to do a proximity search, okay, whether S1 and S2 is proximity to each other or not. If I have to decide on one number, whether I have to if I decide on 3, that is, at max there can be 3 different characters between S1 and S2. Okay, there will be 3 different characters between S1 and S2. So if there are more than 3 different characters between S1 and S2, I can say that there are not proximity to each other. So if you take these two particular S1 and S2 strings, that is, this one has S1 string and this two has S2 string, and you can find out that there are only 2 characters which are different, I can say that S1 and S2 are in proximity with each other, are close to each other. So I have to define your proximity, that is, whether 2 characters different, 3 characters different, what will be the distance between these 2 strings. Okay, you have to define the proximity between those strings, and then only you can say that these are proximity to each other. So the main, how can you perform this? This is a proximity search. How you can perform proximity search in your particular patterns? The simplest algorithm for this type of query is search for S1 and S2. Okay, so you have to search for S1 and S2, that is, where is S1 string present, that is, you have to search for where your 10100 is present, and you have to search for 10010 is present. Okay, you have to search for both the things in your pattern, then sort by position the smaller of the 2 answers. Okay, you have to sort them by the positions, that is, you have to sort them by which position they are present. Okay, how many positions are different, then you can find out whether there is a proximity present between these 2 strings. Okay, so this proximity search can be done quite easily in your, or more efficiently in your patterns. Okay, the third type of algorithm which can be applied on your patterns is your range searching. Range searching involves searching for all the strings within a certain set of range of values. Okay, so range searching means I will be defining 2 different values. Between the values, how many different strings are present. Okay, so I can so you can say that range searching is defined as searching for all strings that are lexicographically comparable between 2 given strings. Okay, that are lexicographically comparable between 2 different strings. Okay, I can have 2 strings. I can tell whether these. So I think you remember your string 1, string 2, string 22. Okay. So in the initial starting stages of your strings, I told you the comparison between comparison operation which you can perform between 2 strings. Okay, the comparison operation will tell you whether one is greater than and less than another string. So if you are having these strings, that is S1, S2 and S22 like this, you will be having different strings for the text. Okay, I can have comparison between S1 and S2, that is string 1 and string 2, and I can find out whether one is greater and other one is lesser. Okay, among this set of values, that is if you are having S1 and sysstring 22, and lexicographically how to find all the sysstrings which are present between S1 and SS1 and SS22. Okay, you can sort all the values. So I have given example regarding this one. I have shown you, that is, we have seen this particular example, that is 22 sysstring is less than 10 sysstring is less than 2 sysstring is less than 8 sysstring is less than 1 sysstring, based upon the lexicographical positions they are having in the text. Okay, we can compare two sysstrings. Okay, I can list all the sysstrings which are present between 22 sysstring and 8 sysstring. Okay, 22 sysstring and 8 sysstring which are present in a sorted order. So what I have to do to get this range, that is, I have to take all the sysstrings which are present and I can compare them by using the comparison operator, and I can sort them in this manner, and I can get the particular set of strings between these two strings. That is, I have to get the strings between 22 and 8. I can list all these strings between 22 and 8. This is how you can perform range searching. Range searching means you have to take one string and a second string. You have to find all the strings which are present in lexicographical order between these two strings. In order to get the lexicographical order between these two strings, I have to do the comparison between all the strings that are possible in the particular string, and I have to sort them and get based upon your particular systrings. This is the range searching. So to do range searching on the battery, you have to search each end of the defining intervals and then collect all the subtrees between them. As I told you, you have to know the intervals, that is from where to where you have to search. You have to include all these particular values and do the searching. So that is how you can perform the range searching. The next type of algorithm is longest repetition searching, or longest repetition sequence in your particular text. The longest repetition of text is defined as the match between two different positions of a text where this match is the longest in the entire text. That is, if you are having one particular text, how many number of characters you are repeating, that is the longest repeating sequence you are having in a text. You have to take a text, and for that particular text how many times you are getting repeated in the text, the longest repetition. Okay, so the maximum number of characters you are going to repeat in a particular text will be your longest repetition searching. So for the given text, the longest repetition will be given by the tallest internal node in the battery. Okay, so while you are searching for the particular repetition sequence, where you are going to find the tallest internal node, there I can say that will be the longest repetition sequence. That is, the tallest internal node given the pair of systrings that match for the greatest number of characters. So where I can find the tallest internal node for a syststring. So if I try to match one particular character or a particular string in the complete battery, so that particular battery might be having multiple same strings. Okay, same strings repeated at different positions. So where you are getting the tallest internal node, whether I am getting at the 4th level or whether I am getting at the 7th level. So the tallest internal node we are having, there will be having the longest repetition sequence. Okay, if you are having the same sequence at the lower level, you will not be treating it as the longest repetition sequence. If you are having same sequence at the upper levels, we will be treating it as a longest repetition sequence. The next one is the most significant or most frequent searching. Okay, this algorithm implies that this means that most frequently occurring strings within the text database. Okay, which is the string which is repeated more number of times in your string, not the longest but more number of times within the complete pattern. So for example, finding the most frequent trigram, that is, this is an example, trigram is finding a sequence of 3 letters, that is, you are trying to search 3 letters that appears most within our text. Okay, so if I am having a word hour, how many times hour is repeated in this particular thing? Or how many times, what is the text which is repeated, or what is the trigram which is repeated most number of times in the complete text? That is, which is the word with 3 letters which is present most number of times in the particular text. That we will be calling it as a trigram. So that how to find out in a patterns. So in terms of patry, and for the example of trigrams, that is we are trying to take the example of trigrams, the number of occurrences of a trigram is given by the size of subtree at the distance 3 characters from the root node. Okay, so the number of occurrences of the trigram is given by the size of the subtree at the distance of 3 characters from the root node. So we have to take 3 characters from the root node, that is 1, 2, 3. So from this position, you have to find the most frequent times the particular thing is present. Okay. So finding the most frequent trigram is equivalent to finding the largest subtree at a distance 3 characters from the root node. So we have to find the largest subtree. So if you are having 3 characters, okay, this is one trigram, this is another trigram. So we have to find the largest tree, that is largest subtree. This is one subtree with a trigram. This is also having 3 characters, this is also having 3 characters. At the root 3 level, that is from the root, we have to search for the 3rd level. Among the 3rd level internal nodes, which is having the longest subtree, that particular subtree will tell you the most frequent trigram present in your patries. Here you are trying to search an arbitrarily trigram, that is 3 character pattern. In a similar manner, you can search other patterns also which are most frequently repeated in your particular patterns. So this is about most significant or most frequent searching. This can be achieved by a simple traversal of your pattern. That is, you can search and find the all the 3 level nodes and find which are the highest or which is having the largest subtree. And the last one is your regular expression searching. Okay, so we have seen the other 5 different types of your algorithms. This is another algorithm which can be applied upon your patries. Okay, so for regular expression searching, you have to do different steps. So the following steps have to be followed in order to create your patries and search for a regular expression in your patries. So convert whatever regular expression you are having is passed into a query. Okay, so convert the regular expression passed as a query into a minimized, deterministic finite automata. So whatever the regular expression you are trying to do, that is whatever your regular expression you are trying to search, that particular regular expression has to be first converted into a deterministic finite automata. Then from the deterministic DFA, you have to remove outgoing transitions from your final states. That is, your DFA will contain both your start state, internal states and final states. So among these states, you have to remove all the transitions which are going away from your final states. Next, convert that particular characteristic, whatever character DFA you are having, into a binary DFA using any binary encoding of your input alphabet. Each state will be having at most 2 outgoing transitions, one with labeled 0, another with labeled 1. So what you have to do is, you have to take that particular regular expression, convert it into a DFA. From the DFA, remove your outgoing transitions from the final states. Then use that whatever DFA you are having and encode the DNF, character DNFA. So character DFA means you will be having characters in the particular DFA. It might be any character set. Convert that character DFA into a binary encoding DFA. That is, you should be having only zeros and ones. That is, encode each and everything into zeros and ones. That is, take all the particular characters and encode it into zeros and ones. Now, you will be having a DFA with zeros and ones. That is, on transition 0, you will be having one state, and transition 1 will be having another state. Okay. That is how you have to perform your complete regular expression is converted into particular DFA with your binary encoding. Now simulate your binary DFA on the binary digital drive from all the strings of the particular text. Okay, now you are having a DFA with a particular text. Use that particular text and create a binary tree or your patricial tree with all the strings. For every node of your index associated with the final state, accept the whole subtree and all the search in the subtree. Okay, now you can perform the searching by traversal, and whichever which reaches your final state will be your regular search successful. Okay, so a conceptual view can be written in this manner. Your automata will be present in this manner. Your trie will be created in this manner. Okay, so you'll be having your states in your DFA. This will be converted into your patricial tree in this manner, where you can perform the searching, and you will be having your final states at the end state. Okay, you can create any number of strings for the same text whatever you are having, and you can do the regular expression searching here. So whatever the text you are having in the finite automata, for that text you have to create the strings. For the strings you will be creating your complete patricial tree, and whenever try to do the regular expression searching, you can get the solutions, or you can search them successfully or unsuccessfully from your patricial tree. These are the various algorithms which you can apply on your patricial tree or patries. Okay, so in the next session we will be looking about how to construct these patries as trees and arrays, and how memory will be assigned to these patries, and how to implement these patries in the memory. Thank you.